You know what today is? No, actually, it is the last book of the week. It also happens to be the day that we're moving into the capital, so this video will be special, in other words, hasty and probably late. I'm filming it now just after waking up. Like, really, got up, got dressed, started on this. Really, Love Stargirl is just the perfect conclusion to its prequel, Stargirl. But, you know, starting at the very beginning is the very best place to start. So, we're not going to start with Love Stargirl, we're going to start with Stargirl, obviously. Right, that makes sense. So why is this book called Stargirl? Is it about aliens? No, it's about humans, kindness, thoughtfulness, conventionality. It's a book about standing out for who you are. From a less conceptual perspective, it's about a very odd girl who moves into this high school in the middle of nowhere, and her effect on the student body and the main character, and also their effect on her. The book shows how much peer pressure can change your life and how it's not always a good thing. In fact, rarely is peer pressure a good thing. I mean, there is a ton. If someone says peer pressure to you, you can almost expect it will be negative, unless they say positive peer pressure, in which case it will be positive. So you remember that. So if you take a character who is as unusual, kind, and strange as Stargirl, and you put her in this high school in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of teenage peasants, what do you think will happen? Well, apparently a very good story. Because Stargirl is an incredible character, and I don't want to go into all the finer details, you know, right here, right now, because there are quite a lot of them, but let's just say that she looks out for the little things she can do to make people happy, and then does them. Unlike most people everywhere. I just want to tell you that this is a very deep book full of poetic imagery, and it can be it can be really weird at times. I just want to tell you this because I was at my theater group a few weeks back, maybe more than that, and someone had it with them, I'm not sure who it was, but I was talking to one girl about it, and she said she didn't like it because it was weird, and I'm just, no! You missed the point! It is supposed to be weird. It's a book about being unconventional and standing out for your interests and being true to who you are and loving your neighbors through their differences. Anyways, no, you've missed the point. What is not to love about this book? Of course I don't have an answer to this question because being me, who is completely inarticulate unless she has notes with her, just sort of stood there staring at this girl like, it's so good! And yeah. But if I had to guess, I'd say that as a high school peasant, she probably didn't quite get the concepts that the writer was trying to get across. However, I, as a homeschooled person with weird interests, completely understood and was reading the whole book going, yes! That! Yes! It's just the issue of wanting to have friends but also not wanting to be a friendless loser and not wanting to give up your interests and just wanting someone who gets everything that you are. But here I am sitting in my bedroom talking to a camera in the morning. It's like 10:23. So you can see how well that went. Okay, I'm this far in and I haven't told you about the main character. That's gotta be first. The first to the last. I open at the close. Okay, sorry. Leo Borlock is the main character of the story. He narrates the book. In the prologue, he has a close encounter with Stargirl and then promptly forgets about it for most of the rest of the book. Falls in love with her. But, you know, he's not a perfect romantic hero, just kind of an average teenage boy. I mean, nice, quiet, likes blending in with everyone else. Then when the school turns against Stargirl and she basically caves in and comes to school one morning in just jeans and makeup, I mean, not just jeans, she had a shirt on too, I'm sure. You know, he's all for it, he loves it, it's fantastic, he's Susan Caraway's boyfriend. But, you know, Stargirl hates it. She's miserable and it's obvious. So she comes back to the school one night only, as Stargirl for the school dance. I'm not sure if it was prom or not, but it was a dance anyways. And then she disappears, and then the book tries to like end or something ridiculous like that. Love Stargirl, which is the very last book we are ever going to review. Look at it. Aww. It may not be the last book we review. If I decide to review more, it won't be part of this series, but it'll be me having read a good book and wanting to tell you guys about it. So it won't be the same. But I'll try and have the Book of the Week title up for it, and I'll, call it that and put it in the playlist. I have a playlist. It might be a bit, it's got like extras and stuff and it's not quite right. But it's... Anyway, this book is set quite a bit later, and Stargirl is writing a letter to Leah. Starts January 1st, first day of the year. Good place to start. At first the book just seems to be listing anniversaries of things they did together, which is kind of boring. But, after a while it starts getting much, much more interesting. And, it's just impossible to put down. I read it on the way home from Ottawa. So, as I said, after a while, of course, she starts adjusting to the life around her. She starts making friends and doing things and makes it worth reading. But it is, like the last one I told you is full of imagery, and it's written by this average kid. This one is written by Stargirl. So it's gonna be a little weird. Much, actually. Okay, it's gonna be much weirder. The book is very sad at times, and also very, very exciting and happy at other times. It's all kind of like life, actually. Which is the point. It's a book about things ending, but life going on around us anyways. Which is why it's just such an amazing book to end Book of the Week, isn't it? Like, just... sharing my excitement, you tripod-mounted thing, you. But it leaves you with a very bittersweet, full, fulfilled, satisfied feeling. It's good. And that is it. That is actually it. But life goes on. I will still be making videos if that was ever in doubt. I mean, it's called Liz Baker Vlogs, not Liz Baker Reviews a whole bunch of books. I mean, even though that's kind of what it's been over the last... since I started this. If that is ever in doubt, just let me assure you, because today we're moving into the capital, and we're doing a play, and I might film some of that. I might not. I had to get high heels for my role. I'm not going to tell you what play we're doing, because it should be fairly self-evident, and I want you to figure it out. And don't, post it below for spoileringness. But, just figure it out and keep it to yourself. And if it is a horrible, burning passion, you can email me. Alright? I do check my email occasionally, every few days. I will see you guys soon. Oh, and I made a logo thing.